Welcome to your daily writing habit, episode number 977. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Writer Wednesday, everyone. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 20 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they can turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. And once again, good morning, everyone. Happy Writer Wednesday. Each Wednesday here on the show, I share a quote that is pertinent to writing or being an author, all that other good stuff. Hashtag author life, writer life. I then find a way to apply it to your writing in the most actionable way possible. Here is this week's Writer Wednesday quote. The first draft reveals the art. Revision reveals the artist. Michael Lee. And here's what that means for your work as an author. We've been having some interesting and often comical conversations, as we tend to do, about editing lately in my Inc. Authors group on Facebook. There's something about what seems to be the infinite process of editing a book that brings out an author's need to connect with others who are also in the kind of editing hell. It's like a fun editing hell, but it's a thing. And I'm always happy to offer such a safe place through Inc. Authors. One of the editing conversations we've been having has to do with the difference between editing the first half of your book and the second half. And this is something I hear so much from my book coaching clients all the time. Oh my God, editing the second half of my book was so much easier than the first half. And this makes me smile, first because I love to hear when people are having an easier time writing their books. And second, because, well, of course it's easier to edit the second half of your book. You were a much better author when you wrote it, especially if you're a first-time author and the learning curve is just that much steeper. It's inevitable. You are improving as an author every single day that you write. So if we're looking at all the months and maybe more between when you wrote the first and second halves of your book, wow, that's a lot of words. That's a lot of writing time. That's a lot of writing cave time. That's a lot of growth. Of course, it's less work to edit the second half of your book. You wrote it closer to now, where you are today as an author. So what is the moral of the story for those of you who are in quote-unquote editing hell? Hang in there. Break down the editing of your book into chunks. Put it on a schedule of some sort, because if you look at the whole project at once, you could drive yourself nuts. And once you do have that editing schedule of how many pages you want to do every week or however you want to break it down, and once you realize that you're approaching the halfway point, take a moment to celebrate. You are about to go over the wall. And sure, it's still editing and you're still in the thick of things, but based on what we know from your fellow authors, when you get to that halfway point in your editing, take a moment to enjoy this first glimpse of the light at the end of the tunnel. Therefore, recapping today's quote, the first draft reveals the art. Revision reveals the artist. Michael Lee. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And be sure and drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook so you can join in on all these fantastic and sometimes comical conversations and get what you need from us: motivation, accountability, book writing, publishing resources, and more. Inc. Authors on Facebook. Until tomorrow, happy writing.